I want to thank everyone in the long history of the National Association of Black Journalists who made this magnificent honor possible. And I want to thank my kids who are in the audience for putting up with my extensive travels while they were kids. But I also want to thank the main mobilization warriors who forced so much desegregation of America and its journalism. My generation of black reporters desegregated mainstream newsrooms, and they would have been pretty powerless without those warriors. And I'm not talking about the people we usually celebrate. I want to thank all those urban warriors, the media called them rioters at the time, who poured into big city streets during those long, hot 1960s summers from Watts to Roxbury. I want to thank the Deacons for Defense and Justice, who were prepared for armed struggle in the Deep South. I want to thank the mothers in the National Welfare Rights Organization who blockaded and picketed New York City welfare offices and offices in other cities. I want to thank the poor people who came in any way they could to live in Dr. Martin Luther King's Resurrection City encampment on the National Mall, and the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, and the similar Young Lords organizations in New York and Chicago, and the people in the prisoners' rights movement in the 1970s, and the strikers on the picket lines holding out for better wages and working conditions, and the great strike and boycott that grew out of Filipino workers, farm workers in Delano, California, and the interracial coalition of African Americans and Latinos and others who made Harold Washington the first black mayor of Chicago, and the Latinos and their allies who launched massive demonstrations in cities and towns across the country in support of immigrant rights, and to many others who, in the words of the late, great Fannie Lou Hamer, kept on keeping on to bring us where we are today. I was privileged to report on so many causes where people got fed up with how things were and decided to try to do something about it. They taught me that you can't depend on establishment leaders of any color to do the right thing, especially if it's risky. That's really true now that corporations are people and politics is money, and gentrification has become a key method of social control and class segregation. And neither of the major political parties gives a damn about what's happening to working people. To paraphrase Michelle Alexander, this country was founded on and has never abandoned the principle that many lives don't matter. It takes direct action, kick-ass movements, people in the streets to force the changes that benefit people whose lives don't matter to those in power. It's likely that none of us would be here now if those warriors hadn't been there then. I became a journalist in the 1960s when America was in a major convulsion. The social sands were shifting under everybody's feet as America struggled to become what it had never been. It's in another major convulsion now. But this time it's the economic sands that are shifting under everybody's feet as America struggles to decide what it's going to do with all of the workers that are being automated out of jobs. The journalistic challenge today is to recognize all the lives that don't matter and to cover them. Thank you.